it woke me up so hard that I felt like I just discovered the secret to life. Good morning. All right. So, what is manifestation? How did I discover it? And how can you start using it today? How I define manifestation is the practice of intentionally bringing your desires into reality by aligning your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions with the energy of what you want. Because everything around us, including us, is made out of energy. So when your energy matches your desire, that's when things start to show up. My manifestation journey started in 2020 during COVID. I started reading this book that introduced me to the idea that we are the creators and we have the ability to access an infinite source of knowledge. To gain access to this knowledge, meditation is required. I briefly talked about meditation in my last video, so if you haven't seen it, go check it out. But it is the practice of quieting your mind. And the reason we need to quiet our mind is because all the thinking that we do is really our ego talking. That's not who we truly are. Meditation quiets that ego voice and allows your higher self to communicate with you. Just like everyone else, I was stuck inside the house without anything to do and started reading this book. This book scared me a little because it woke me up so hard that I felt like I just discovered the secret to life. It was such an amazing moment for me because during this time, I made the decision to move from Connecticut to Atlanta, Georgia. And during my move, I became obsessed with reading books. And one of my ebooks was about the law of attraction. And that was my first taste of the subject, and it allowed me to change my mindset instantly. But it wasn't until 2021 where I read the book The Secret. That book accelerated my understanding of the law of attraction. Anyone who knows me knows that I love that book. That is my favorite manifestation book ever. And that was my real spiritual awakening. There's also a movie, but the book allows you to absorb the information so much more. So while I was going through my adventures in Atlanta, I met these roommates who introduced me to angel numbers. They would always point out numbers when they would see them, and I just didn't know what it meant until they explained it to me. And then all of a sudden, I started seeing angel numbers. So every number has a meaning. And when you see numbers in synchronicity, they hold even more powerful meaning. Without realizing it at the time, I started seeing angel numbers before I moved to Atlanta. I saw the number 1234 everywhere I go. I would see that number a lot, and I didn't think anything of it. But now that I'm more aware, I realize that that number meant new beginnings, and that number popped up constantly before I moved to Atlanta. Since then until now, I see angel numbers every single day, and now it's a reminder of alignment and divine timing. It's how I receive most of my messages now. So whenever I see an angel number, I pause, notice what I was thinking about, and use it as confirmation or guidance. Because I have learned what all the numbers mean, I now use energetic portals to manifest what I want, like 1111, for example. November 11th was just the other day, and I used this day to set intentions, to meditate, visualize, and to align myself with my desires. On this day, I wrote in my goal setting journal and visualized. Then for my 11/11 ritual, I use a piece of paper, a pen, a candle, and a lighter, and an optional clear quartz crystal. What I would do is write down my intentions on that piece of paper, anything that I want or trying to call into my life. Then I would fold up the piece of paper, light a candle, and put that candle on top of the paper. I let the candle burn for 11 minutes and 11 seconds while I also meditated for 11 minutes and 11 seconds. Fire is literal energy, so I used it to help my manifestation. But you can do this any day, anytime. It's mostly about your intention and your belief. Now, 5 years later in 2025, what manifestation really means is to use these tools, these techniques, and these mindset shifts to make yourself believe in the new reality that you're calling in. You don't chase what you want, you become it. Becoming it and embodying the energy of the life that you want will shift you into that reality itself. Everything has a frequency, and in order to get to the frequency of wealth, for example, you have to vibrate at that frequency, which means you need to raise your vibration to match that frequency in order to have it appear in the physical reality. And you can try it yourself. Set one intention today and visualize it as already done and align your emotions with it. The best way to do this is to start small. Start with something simple. Start with seeing a butterfly or seeing a blue car. Starting small will build up your belief, and the more you believe, the more you will receive. Share with me in the comments what you are manifesting, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. All right, that's all I got for you today. And remember, transformation starts in the mind, and the more you learn, the more you earn.